Now at 6, a disaster declaration declared by Governor Mike Dunleavy for the Matanuska-Susitna Borough after a powerful windstorm left damage behind and caused thousands of power outages this week.
Power line damage and frozen pipes have caused difficulties for crews working on repairs. The governor's declaration requests help from state disaster recovery programs, including individual and public assistance. Individual assistance will provide grants to families for home repairs, also temporary housing.
As people start applying for help and contacting their insurance companies, the Alaska Division of Homeland Security suggests taking plenty of photos and videos now of your damage, and to also save estimates, receipts, and gather all important documents for insurance claims.
Some other things that we need are your identification, proof of occupancy, and if you have a title or deed to the property or a rental agreement, those will all be documents that we'll need to complete our application process and provide some assistance.
The state's individual assistance program will be available to eligible residents in the Matanuska-Susitna Borough in the coming days.
The wind has ended, but it seems as if the cold is just beginning.
Chief Meteorologist Melissa Fry here now. Always tracking what's coming next, Melissa. What are we expecting in the second half of the week?
Well, that cold air really settling in, but we do have another storm pushing in for the northern half of the state that will bring in some more snow this week. Temperatures, though, dropping fast now that the sun has set. 5 in Anchorage, 8 below already in Soldotna, 6 in Palmer, 30 below, though, as you head out into the Copper River Basin. And across Anchorage Bowl, we're also seeing those sub-zero temperatures on the east side of town. Now 4 below on Muldoon, and for the hillside, 8 below at the Campbell Creek Science Center, just 0 at Merrill Field. And again, we still have a lot of night before us, but into the interior, that's where we're seeing the most extreme conditions. 32 below right now at Eielson. We are seeing 33 up near Chena River Drive there. Goldstream Road at 27 below at the Fairbanks Airport, now down to 31 below and still dropping tonight. What we also have is a lot of clear skies across the state from Fairbanks, Anchorage, into Palmer. Ketchikan, if you look closely, there's a little fresh snow on the ground tonight. That snow, though, clearing out up north. We do have new winter weather advisories in effect for the Alaska Range and for the Brooks Range. That storm pushing into the Bering Strait as we speak. That will bring snow to the northern half of the state tomorrow, including in Fairbanks. Moving in tomorrow evening, high temperatures a little bit warmer as that pushes in. Only 16 below for your high tomorrow. 11 in Anchorage, 14 in Juneau. Bethel, you'll see a little bit of cloud cover from that storm with high temperatures topping out at 12 degrees. I'll have a closer look, though, at those snowfall totals and then again how much colder it gets heading into next week.
All right, we'll check back in a little bit. Thank you, Melissa. But now to a story we've been following all afternoon. The Boys and Girls Clubs of South Central Alaska announcing it's ceasing all operations.
Alaska's news source obtained a memo that was sent to staff detailing the change that will likely impact thousands of families here in Alaska. All clubs, the licensed Child Care Development Center at Woodland Park, and after-school care at Turnagain Elementary are set to close. The last day of care for children will be December 24th. The organization says years of financial challenges played a role in this decision. That includes delayed government payments, rising costs, and a drop in donations. These closures stretch statewide. The already closed Fairbanks Boys and Girls Club has forced the borough to reallocate thousands of dollars in unspent grant money.
James Menaker told the Health and Social Services Commission today that the club ended its contract in November permanently. The commission decided to divide the remaining $35,000 from a state grant equally among 9 other local agencies. Menaker says that the funds can be moved around, but it's the loss of service that really hits hard.
There are a number of smaller organizations through schools or public organizations or extracurricular activity groups that have potential, but as of now, there's not a lot that seamlessly fits into the hole that's left by that organization in the community.
Menaker notes reallocated money must be spent by the end of June to avoid returning it to the state. The club is also returning opioid remediation funds, which will roll back into the borough's main fund, we're told.
How did Alaska's first relocated village fare during Typhoon Halong? Starting back in 2019, about 300 people in Newtok were moved 9 miles across the Ninglick River to a new village known as Murtarvik. That was one of the first Alaska Native villages to complete a large-scale relocation because of climate change.
Well, Rebecca Paulsha joins us now. Rebecca, you've checked in on the village to learn what that real damage occurred.
Yeah, and when Typhoon Halong hit western Alaska this past year, people from Newtok who moved to Anchorage were glued to social media waiting to see what would happen. So both Kipnuk and Quingillincok had greater impacts from Halong than Newtok and Murtarvik. And relocating the village instead of rebuilding, at least for Kipnuk, has been the stated desire of many. Now, we're told Newtok did go underwater and that 8 homes floated away with 1 not being found. U.S. Government Accountability Office reports more than 70 out of over 200 Alaska Native villages face significant environmental threats from erosion, flooding, or thawing permafrost. Now, this full story includes cost to move a village. That's all on our website right now.
Rebecca Paulsha, thank you very much. The son of a tribal judge is wanted after Alaska State Troopers say he kidnapped a tribal police officer in Toksook Bay. Troopers say 44-year-old Adrian Kalukiak forced Officer Gregory Carl into a vehicle at gunpoint on the night of November 29th. Kalukiak allegedly drove Carl to the home of Kalukiak's mother, Mary Kalukiak, in Toksook Bay.
The affidavit identifies Mary Kalukiak as a tribal judge. The affidavit also reports Adrian Kalukiak pointed a semi-automatic pistol at Carl and a revolver at Carl's brother before firing one of those guns twice. The report says that happened once on the road and once inside the residence.
Well, the Alaska Department of Public Safety says a $25,000 arrest warrant was issued December 2nd. If you know anything, contact Alaska State Troopers.
Tonight, we're learning more about the passing of Palmer Fire and Rescue Chief Chad Cameron.
Now, Cindy Rao, the chaplain for Palmer Fire, says that he died from a cancerous brain tumor developed from the toxins on the job throughout the years. Rao says that Cameron's genuine care for his colleagues is what will always stand out for her as he is remembered.
He not only deeply cared for his family and was incredibly proud of them, but he cared for his responders, and he took personal responsibility for making sure that they have everything they need, whether it be their equipment, their PPE, apparatus.
Rao says memorial plans are being planned for Cameron. He was hired as the Palmer Fire Chief in 2020. Cameron previously served as the last volunteer chief in Juneau and was assistant chief at Capital City Fire and Rescue. This December will mark the 3rd year that AMVETS is hosting a wish tree for veterans and members of the Alaska Veterans and Pioneers Home in Palmer.
That's right. And to get an introduction for this cheerful story, we sent photojournalist Jeremy Kashitok to AMVETS Post 9 today.
Around November, we get together with the Pioneers and Veterans Home, and they in turn go to all of their residents and get a wish list from them. Now, being seniors, they don't want a lot. I mean, they want Reese's Peanut Butter Cups was one of my favorite things that a resident wanted last year. So they formulate the list, they send it to us, and we make ornaments, put them on the tree, and our members and community people come in and gather ornaments to adopt a resident, and they go out shop, wrap the gift, and then we will deliver them on Christmas Eve. Somebody wants potato chips and soda, baby dolls, stuffed dogs. There's a Matsu Miners super fan. He wants more Matsu Miners stuff. A Norelco razor. I mean, they really don't want for much. I mean, the most expensive thing that I've ever seen in the 3 years that we've been doing it is a Norelco razor, which is not expensive at all. The majority of our people that take those ornaments, they'll add more stuff to it, like a lap blanket or hat and gloves and stuff like that, to make it a little extra special. And just to see these people's faces light up when we come walking in with wagons of wrapped gifts, and they're like, oh, is there one for me? And it still gives me goosebumps just thinking about it.
Oh, great story from Jeremy Kashitok. Man, love the love. Anyone can select an ornament and provide a little gift for these seniors and veterans. Visit AMVETS Post 9 during their normal operating hours before the 22nd.
Thanks for listening. Click subscribe so you can get the latest podcast from Alaska's news source automatically. And stay up to date with breaking news and in-depth reporting available for free 24/7 with the Alaska's news source app.